So I'm back inside. No more bugs, thank God, because he got hungry. Only thing that brings him back inside. So, Chiari, what is it like to live with Chiari? It's not easy. Every day is like a mixed bag of nuts. So you've got all these symptoms, and they don't necessarily happen at the same time on consistent days, if that makes sense. So what makes it hard to live with Chiari? I figure. Sleeping is terrible. So I think every night when it's time for bedtime, I dread sleeping. And it's not just because I'm up a lot, which you do have to reposition a lot, but it's mainly because you go to bed feeling decent and you wake up feeling like you're gonna die every morning. So I think sleeping blocks more spinal flow. It pushes on the cranial nerves and the cervical nerves, and what happens is when I sleep I go very numb, and I can only sleep in certain positions, and so it's very limited. I can't necessarily sleep with my head up too far either, or else I still go numb. So sleeping is very difficult, and waking up in the morning is torture. Every morning I wake up feeling like I just drank. I feel hungover every morning, and I don't drink. So that's the best way to describe it, is my head hurts, I feel dizzy, I feel nauseous. I wake up numb, so I have to wait for my balance is off. I feel very stumbly. I probably look like a zombie, like straight up from a zombie horror film. So my goal in the morning is get to my Keurig, get to my coffee. My coffee, being upright, starting to move. I call it working up my kinks. And so I'm thinking about putting a coffee cup by my bed, which is extreme, or a coffee maker rather, and that's my goal. And then, so yeah, I work days, so I have to get up early, so it's a struggle to get to work in the morning because of those symptoms. And I've had that cold that has never left me, which Chiari and colds do not mix. I think it's because sneezing causes a lot of strain on the nerves and the neck, and the pressure, all the congestion pushes on the brainstem, and so it's all interrelated. There's just a minimal amount of room in your head, and so if you have any type of cold or congestion or any pressure internally here, it causes your Chiari symptoms to worsen. The numbness, the headaches, you pretty much feel like every day is a struggle. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. Numbness, my right hand went numb about over a year ago, and it's never really come back. There's varying degrees of numbness. Sometimes it's not as numb. Sometimes, depending on how much I do, it gets really numb where I can't feel a whole lot with it, which makes it a little bit more difficult to be a nurse. But if I concentrate on things a little bit more, I'm still able to do all my nursing tasks. I do defer hard IV sticks to my coworkers sometimes, just because I am starting to lose feeling on the left hand, which I dreaded. That's why I had surgery, but it happened anyway, what else? Just exhaustion. You're just fatigued. The more you do, it's that spoon theory thing where you have a certain amount of spoons, and if you use them all one day, you're not going to have any left for the next day and the next. So you have to really conserve your energy. You have to think about things more. I don't bend a whole lot. Bending causes really building pain, pressure, headaches. So I have tried to I'm 33 and I use a grabber. So it just helps prevent me from bending to pick up toys a million times a day, which was building and making me pretty much bed bound at the end of the day. The cough causes my spinal nerves to just fire awfully. So a lot of pain in my back, a lot of shooting pain, crampy pain, dizziness. You know, it just has been an interesting back to work experience. So I've just been doing the best I can, hoping for the best, trying just to live one day at a time. I think that's pretty much the gist of the Chiari type of symptoms. Breathing, sometimes breathing's a little bit more difficult for me too, especially with the cold. You know, that goes with the increased pressure. Again, I think there's more pressure on the brainstem, and that regulates breathing also. I have no issues with swallowing, which is nice. My memory is foggy. I'm good in a 12-hour period of being a nurse. I can retain information just like I have, but I'm just a little bit more spacey, have to think a little bit harder. But my recollection day to day is definitely impaired to the point where if you ask me what I did yesterday, I don't know, even if it's something I did exciting that you should remember, I'm like, I can't remember. I have to kind of look back to my photos or really think hard of what I did. So recollection is a little bit more difficult. So that's pretty much the symptom type deal. Oh yeah, ringing in the ears comes and goes. Also, pressure in the ears has been worse since the second surgery. Riding in cars is death, because I live in a very hilly area where the glaciers never came. So anytime I ride in the car, the turning of the head to look for traffic, even riding as a passenger, just the turns and the curves make me, it's car sick, dizzy, just terrible. So I try not to go. I have to really think hard if I want to go to a different town for something. I really have to prepare for it. Yuck. So that's pretty much it. Just trying to hang in there.